Well, the mantra really is just keep pounding. It is what it is.
Starters 3 series. Yeah. What was behind your decision to only play them 2?
I just wanted them to go out and earn another series, and I just really felt like, with giving them 2 shots to do it and it not coming up, I wasn't going to just put them back out there to kind of say, hey, let's just play some more football. That kind of paired with, we got great work 2 days ago, and, I just kind of looked at it that way. I felt like, the work we got against the Texans in the practice was good enough for me to kind of look at that, and wanted them to get the prep and get ready for the game, still get out there and get a couple of series, but that's kind of what was behind it.
It would have been refreshing to see that prep carry on into the actual preseason game. Like, I get it, joint practices, both teams are out there trying to earn their spots, showcase their skills and whatnot, but it still would have been refreshing to see them put what they were able to do in practice on that football field, because what we got from the Panthers against the Texans yesterday was not comforting at all. Welcome to the Panthers Report. When I caught the game, it was pretty much, it was in the first quarter. It was in the first quarter. Bryce Young, he had a play where he couldn't find anyone, but he also had a clear running lane that would have gotten him a bunch of yards. Instead, he was indecisive, and that's what I don't like to see. He was indecisive on what it is he wanted to do, and he was only able to run and pick up about 2 yards when he could have had more, way more. Offense stalled, and 2 plays later, he had the same problem. He had an opportunity to get the ball out, but instead, he took a sack. The ball, he didn't have to take the sack that he took in the game. He could have gotten the ball out. So the Texans get the ball. And going into this game, as you remember, we talked about the Texans' offensive line, how poor it is, and it's not a very good O-line. And we knew that it would be a great test for the Panthers to see where they stack up. Yes, the Texans' offensive line isn't elite, but let's see where the Panthers are defensively. And it was not a good showing. It was not a good showing for our run defense, our pass defense. We were last in so many major statistical categories in the league last year on defense that it's looking like more of the same this year. C.J. Stroud hit Nico Collins for a nice wide receiver screen, pick up about 10 yards. Houston had a lot of success in the pass game. And Nick Chubb even set them up in the run game. Yes, that's right. Nick Chubb played for the Texans now. He set them up in the run game, and they just moved the ball, pretty much efficiently. So the Panthers defense did get some pressure on C.J. Stroud to where, he had so much time in the pocket, which was concerning, the amount of time, because usually when a guy has that amount of time, you're like, oh, somebody's about to get open, but he couldn't find anybody open, and they were able to get a sack on C.J. Stroud. So that was a plus right there. And then they set up 3rd and goal, the Texans offense. And C.J. Stroud did have a guy wide open, but the pass was tipped. And it would have for sure been a touchdown had the pass not gotten tipped. So that was a good play to make, but still concerning because that set the Texans up on 4th and goal. And coming out of a timeout, of course, they're on the goal line. They're not going to kick the ball. They want to see where they are. So CJ is back there in shotgun. We get no pressure on him whatsoever. And he hits Nico Collins with a quick out route for the touchdown. It's not comforting, because we know next week, the last preseason game, those starters are going to play. But that wasn't comforting at all. And then the Panthers got the ball, and Rico showed some explosiveness. Rico Duardo showed some explosiveness. T-Mac ran a great route. By this point, Bryce Young was out. He ran a great route where he was wide open. I'm not concerned about him, Bryce Young. Andy Dalton just completely missed him. Bryce Young would have hit T-Mac with that one. So I love what I saw from T-Mac. His ability to get open, his quickness, and everything like that. Like I said, it's just the defense, man, that's just concerning. That I can sit here and tell you that it's not going to be a good defense. I was going to say I just don't know about the defense, but I do know. I don't think they're going to be a very good unit. I think that some trades are going to have to happen, or we right back in the draft. And it does give you cause to pause a little bit in terms of what you previously thought the Panthers could be this year. Like, after Bryce Young and everybody scored, they had that nice drive against Cleveland, and then they stalled from there. They're not scoring points like the second unit. Like, these are people who we're looking to showcase, who we're looking to get out there in the regular season, and they're not doing anything offensively. They're not producing, as you can see over here. Jake Plummer, he's not going to be the starting quarterback, but 2 interceptions. Andy Dalton didn't look good, missing passes. So we just don't know, like, how does T-Mac get 2 targets and no catches? But over here, they eating over here. Nico got his and all that, but like, how is this right here happening? So there's still some work to do on the offense as well, but especially the defense. Offense, once we get out there against Jacksonville, offense should be fine, but defensively, I don't think they're going to be a very successful unit. But anyway, man, that's my time here on the Panthers Report. Still optimistic about this team because, it's like you've been so bad for so many years, and I'm just like, how can you be so bad consistently winning an average of 5 games a year in the last 7 years, and you're not built? You haven't built something to let people know, like, hey, this team is here and they're going to compete. Like the Detroits, like how well Minnesota draft, Cincinnati draft, the Rams, and all of that. Like, something has to give in this organization. There's no way a franchise could be this consistently bad, getting all these draft picks, and nothing is coming from it. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. But we're going to continue to keep you updated on that. This is the Panthers Report, and as a Panthers fan, always remember, never forget, keep pounding.
Well, the mantra really is just keep pounding. It is what it is.